Hi, my name's Ant Brian, and I'm here with Ash Borland, and today we're going to talk everything cerebral palsy.
So, mate, today we're talking about cerebral palsy and CrossFit. And the reason why, just giving a bit of a backstory for you, recently saw you on Instagram just absolutely smashing it in CrossFit. So, what is it like?
CrossFit is kind of a lot of weightlifting, a lot of cardio, and kind of smashing it, the kind of weights and training as hard as you can, all in one event. And normally it's an able-bodied competition, but recently they've just incorporated an adaptive category. So this means there's a category for people with disabilities. And so I took part in one of their first competitions just 2 weeks ago, and I actually won my category. So what we had to do was we had to do chest press, we had to do snatches, shoulder press, deadlifts, battle ropes, and using the ski ergs and the bikes. We got a time limit, and we had to do as many as we could within that time limit. So I ended up doing like 80 deadlifts, 60 shoulder presses, and 30 snatches, which was a lot considering this is my first one. And normally I'm a runner. So weight training, I do a little bit here and there, but not to this kind of extreme.
How did you find that? Because you are like somebody, like I was seeing it on my Instagram thinking, what is this guy doing? Like, he is way, like, you've always made me feel, if ever I feel like I need a kick in the backside to do some work and get fit, it's like I just need to watch your videos. But what was that like, being someone with CP, with cerebral palsy, and going into a competition that requires so much, and also like with yourself with regards to like your left side, isn't it? Yeah, your left side.
Yes, now I have
Um,
a left hemiplegia, which means I can't use the left side of my body. So
mhm.
everything I do is through one side of my body. So for example, the weightlifting, I have to just use the one arm. So I was doing deadlifts with one arm, and like when I push up through my legs, I'm predominantly using just my right leg.
Oh wow.
So I found over time I was doing it, my right side was an absolute fire. My shoulders were burning, my right leg was burning, my left leg was just like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah, that's the
But
thing.
it takes a lot out of you doing it.
Because that's what you said, that some of the contestants said that they were like, they were not as, like you said, that you were not as disabled as you were in the way that you held yourself, and yet you win the category and just smash it all to pieces. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, so they have different categories. They have like just an upper body extremity category,
Yeah.
a lower extremity category, and an upper and lower extremity category. So that's for, it can be anyone from amputees missing kind of the upper limb, or amputees missing their lower limb, or amputees missing both lower limbs. And like honestly, it's so inspiring to go and watch, because you will go and see these people go out there, lift weights, smash their workouts, and you won't see one of them complain. They'll go out there and they'll just smash it as hard as they can. And it's one, because for everyone there's no excuses. They're going out there and they're going to smash this workout. There is no kind of moaning or complaining.
Yeah.
They're just going out and being their best selves. And it really is inspiring to see.
And have you found that it motivated you even further now that you're even more fired up to like be?
Yeah, now I've got a taste for it. I'm like, I want to do it again. The
It's
next, the next one's next year. So I've got lots of training to do.
a long time.
Yeah.
That's
No,
amazing.
hopefully they can kind of. It's just the start. Hopefully they can incorporate some more CrossFit or adaptive categories into more CrossFit competitions, so then I can get involved more. That'd be amazing.
So with that, how would you someone who's watching this list, or listen to this, and they're going, okay, I've got cerebral palsy, or my child has cerebral palsy, and you know they want to consider getting into this. What, like, into CrossFit? What would be your, because as a personal trainer, this is literally your wheelhouse. You know all about this stuff. What
Yeah.
would be your advice on how they get in, how they start getting into this type of training? Because it is, as you said, it's very heavily, it's all very like, it's very intense. So I can imagine
And
that,
there is a big margin for injury as well. So you have to make sure you're really not doing too much too soon, because it is kind of pushing your body to the extreme max. So I would say there are kind of CrossFit gyms around. Go down, find a one-on-one trainer, and tell him about adapt. Most of them know about adaptive categories and different categories, and just have a chat with them and try different things, because you're not going to like, you might think you want to go straight into the gym and lift 200 kilograms or 100 kilogram deadlift. That is not going to happen. You start super light, maybe just lifting a bar or a bar that weighs 2 kilograms. You get to practice the movements, and over time, you'll find the movements get easier. You'll get stronger. Then the extra weight comes and the repetitions come. It's not going to happen straight away. Because I do running and athletics, I'd already done some weightlifting, so I'd already had some background in weight training, so I could kind of go straight into it. But in this competition, even I was struggling towards the end.
What is the competition weight? Is there a set weight they have to do, or was there like any weight to your own? Because I know that in the able body games there is a weight you have to.
Yes, so different exercises have different set weights. So the shoulder press was a 12.5 kilograms. The deadlift was 40 kilograms or 30 kilograms. So with one arm, that's pretty difficult, but you'd have to start light and build your way up to that. I started by lifting just the bar on its own, and then slowly went 20, 25, 30, getting there slowly. It took me a good year or so. So don't go straight into it, because that is just a recipe for injury. And obviously, if you're going to be using one side more dominant than the other, you have to be so careful.
That's madness. No, absolutely. You're right. You're looking like trying as if you're trying to dodge something. That is, I mean, I find it very inspiring. I think that obviously to end this episode, but I think like people should check out if you're thinking of getting into this, I definitely would check out some of your videos of you doing it, because it's quite impressive.
It honestly puts you on such a high, because I had expectations. I want to go in this, I'm not going to do very well, because these other guys are very fit and very strong. So I thought I'd just go along for the experience. I wasn't even expecting to complete the workout, because 80 deadlifts, I've never done that many in my life. But
yeah, 80 deadlifts is a lot.
I was on such a high from finishing that competition. I was like, I just learned something new. I never thought my body was capable of doing that. And doctors were always, or professional health people, doctors, nurses, chiropractors, will always tell you, try and put you in a box and say, you can only use one side, so you can't do this, this, and this. But the answer is, you don't know until you try. Your body will adapt.
Yeah.
So then you find out you can. There's not one set box for everyone. Everyone's unique, so you just have to find out what you can do and what your body's capable of doing.
Love it, man. Love it. So any advice, any like parting words before we end this one out today?
If you want to see more of my training, my workouts, my weightlifting, CrossFit, or running, check out my Instagram or my YouTube channel, which is Ant Brian Fitness. I post a video every single day showing what training I do, or when I'm in the gym. So if you are interested, check it out, give me a follow, or even give me a message. I'll be happy to get back to you.
Nice.